Okay, I didn't see it coming. I don't know, but it seems as if today we're going to be a little blessed here. Um, hold on, hold on. Okay, because I got stuff going. Anyway, Brandon's here. Brandon has shown up to the podcast tonight. Been sending them emails and sending them emails and sending them emails, and trying to bury the hatchet for the second time on the Discord. And you know what? He's here tonight, so instead of looking at it in a negative light, I'm gonna be like, Brandon, welcome back. Hello, how you doing, sir?
It's been a fun few weeks.
Well, we're gonna want to hear all about it. Next to him, I got the driven dad, Tony, Mr. Tesla in Denver. How we doing out there tonight, Tony?
Well, just gonna probably be a little bit distracted. I'm trying to Uber rides for the end of the quarter, so I may or may not be as available tonight.
That's okay. Listen, and by the way, at some point we'll come back to this, what you just said, because I think that was an interesting conversation we had yesterday about end of the quarter and hitting those at the last 2 weeks, making a run instead of trying to chase it the whole quarter. Just leave yourself in good enough position for the last week or two to be an ant, and then you can hit whatever it is you need to hit for those extras. So I definitely want to come back to that later. I thought that was a
Sounds
really
good.
good piece of advice. Yeah, it's a good piece of advice I think you gave me. Below him, I got my man. Like Vinny's in the house. Big dog. What's popping? Mr. Steven, the unbroken driver. How's your night going, my friend?
I can't complain. Just dropped on, got off the W-2 and came straight here. So.
Oh, you're looking good, man. I like that Farmer John shirt you got on over there, bro. You're looking kind of swaggy over there tonight, bro. Kind of swaggy. Got a little half hitch mohawk haircut going there. I mean, I like it. You sound better.
I'm feeling much better. So
all right. Want to say everybody hello. How's everybody out there in the chat tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, I didn't see. Hold on. I did not see Mr. Omar, Mr. Work Smarter, Mr. Drive by O. How you doing over there, sir? How's your day going? How's life treating you?
I need to rethink some things.
Okay. Well, we can talk about them things tonight. I want to get started though with Brandon. He's here. Everybody always has they always ask about you. Either they love to pick on you or they love to prop you up. It's one or the other. I understand. I get the hate relationships too with me. Brandon, what's going on, buddy?
I mean, I guess I can't really complain. I mean, I'm the Tesla I'm in now is doing exactly what it needs to do, but as the saying goes, once you go black, you don't go back. And I have I'm watching Instagram reels of my fleet owner doing all these crazy rides in Detroit and driving all these rappers going out of state, and I'm just like, man. So it's like, I'll get you back in Escalade, $700 a week, $200 off if you do it right now. I was like, all right, fine. I'll pick it up on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the issue is not making. It's not that I'm not making money. I'm already at $1,100 for a week, and it's just 3 days in.
With the Tesla, with the Model Y.
Yeah, this is the problem is that like I'm tired of hearing the Uber paying 300 times an hour. It's so annoying that I had to sit there for so. I'm basically sitting there for just as long as I would be sitting to get an Uber Black ride. So, like, what's the point? Just go back. Yeah, sure, it's going to cost me a few $100s more, but I'll get access back to those private rides that can make or break me. Like last week, I could have made another $700 from private rides that I wasn't available to do because I didn't have the truck. So it's like, fuck, what do I do? And I'm just gonna go back to it. Like,
What's the long term feeling you have? Like, you think long term you're going to do better in the Escalade than you are in the Tesla with the way
yes,
the market? Because nobody knows your market but you. I'm not in Chicago. I can't speak to you. I can only speak to our market.
the only way to be successful with this long term is to go fully private. And the only way I'm gonna get there is through the Escalade. I'm not gonna get that through an expedition. I'm not gonna get that through a 2016 Navigator. I'm not gonna get there through a 2022 Lincoln Corsair. I'm not gonna get there through a 2019 Lincoln MKX. I'm only gonna get there through the Escalade. It's gonna cost me more in the short term, but if this is the only way it's gonna work, it's like Uber and Lyft Black are only gonna get worse. But you know, I can literally just get away with 3 private rides a day, and that's it. Work 2 hours. I see it there. It's I don't know. I guess it's like gambling. It's pure gambling. That's what it is.
Okay.
Some weeks I'll do fantastic. Other weeks I'll do shit. But I don't know. I mean, at least with this, I'm not gonna go completely broke, like going to Vegas and then getting drugged up by some random girl. So at least I have that going on here.
Well, you just said something, and it's going to tie right into, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but it kind of ties into what I think everybody is at right now. I think everything is a gamble. It's a calculated risk. I'm not going to call it a gambling. I'll call it a calculated risk. When we sit and we look at the markets, when Omar's looking at stock market, I'm looking at stock market, right? We are, anybody who trades stocks will tell you it's a calculated risk. And you just got to know when to stop, what your stop loss is. You're willing to lose 5%, 10%, whatever. It's the same thing with what you're saying now, Brandon. It's the same thing we say in here week in, week out. Never buy a car for rideshare only. Make sure you can pay for the car without rideshare. You're in a situation where you feel like you can make your money better with that Escalade. Based on
I feel like I have the best chance to make it work doing this. Because what I've been noticing, even in a Tesla, is like I'll get people like, "Oh my god, this car's so clean! Oh, this car's so nice!"
Mhm.
The last guy I had, it smelled like weed, and it's just like, I'm still handing out my business card, and it's just like it's just there. I just have to purposely put myself in. So, like I really could have really needed the Escalade this week. I probably would have made about $3,000 if I had the Escalade, like on Monday morning, starting Monday morning, because there's this major 60,000 person conference in town, and I was making a killing. And there are these big dogs who all have corporate accounts. They don't care about how much money they spend, and I could have made a killing. Probably, charging these people $100 each way to take them to the conference center and $100 back. Could have done like 3 parties, like 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. Could have made $600 just off that easily, and I couldn't do it because I'm not in that truck. So it's like, fuck. It's I find the challenge of doing this more thrilling than when I was in IT. Because, like, at the end of the day, you have any issue in IT, you just Google the answer. That's pretty much how I've gotten by the last 20 years doing IT. It's just I don't know, it's just getting boring. Can I go back to it anytime? Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's like the challenge of doing this. It's still relatively new, and I the ceiling for private is just so high that I've only tasted it. I've only had a small taste of it.
So let me ask you a question, Brandon. Are you addicted to the rideshare game? Are you addicted to the high-end rides and everything that comes out of that?
I'm addicted to when I get a 7-hour charter for $120 an hour. That's what I'm addicted to.
But you understand that doesn't happen all the time, right?
Oh, here we go.
It does happen if you know the right people.
Right. Okay.
And I know the right person. And I'm fucking up by constantly switching out of his trucks.
Well, that's a personal choice. I mean, you're making that decision to do that.
I am. And again, the issue is not money. I'm making money in a Tesla, but like I want to have the opportunity and the chance to go beyond that. Like if I'm in a Tesla, I'm never gonna go beyond ride sharing. That's all it's gonna be.
Okay.
And I don't want to be dependent on ride sharing if I'm gonna continue doing this long term.
And that's why I asked you just now, are you addicted to the top flight, top shelf rideshare game? Not necessarily rideshare, Uber, Lyft, but limos.
It's the challenge of it. It's what I need to do differently to be able to get to that tier that makes it worth it. And
that's the game. That's the chess match.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And that's what gets every
and I'm in alliance with the king. So
listen,
I need to stop fucking around and just follow the king, be the king's pawn.
Well, that's a personal decision that you got to make. It's like anything else, brother. You just got to commit to it. And I mean commit to it. Like not half-ass it. Not today I do this, tomorrow I do that. It's tough, but it's hard to commit to it. Because once you commit to it, you can't keep flip-flopping.
It's hard because of the high variance. And that's just what it is.
So it's on one hand, it's high risk, high reward, or no pun intended, steady Eddie.
Steady Eddie, no long-term future. Where I'm putting in work just to get money. I'm not getting promoted. I'm not getting a pay raise. I'm not getting reputation. I'm not getting any sort of prestige. Everything I'm doing on the apps is for nothing. It's just to get by. I need to be able to do more than just that.
Yes, I agree. That's the guilty sin. That's the guilty sin of rideshare. And no matter how much we try to change it, which now this is going to lead us into the first topic of the night. No matter how much we protest, no matter how much we strike, no matter how much we try to get politicians and the public to make standards for us as rideshare drivers, there's a ceiling to this shit. We know what the bottom is because we're at the bottom. Every driver out here is suffering right now with the bottom. But there's no ceiling. And right now, the apps and the politicians and the public is trying to find our ceiling.
Oh, we're not at the bottom yet.
Oh, we're there.
The hole's going to get deeper.
It might get deeper, but we're at the bottom. Because I feel like we are really at the bottom. Not saying that it can't go lower. I'm just saying it can't go much lower.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or else you're just going to have a bunch of friends and family out there driving all over the place, which that's what some people want to do. They want that, again, high risk, high reward, because all it takes is one accident and then that's your ass. You're
Speaking of that, I saw a guy the other night. I Musa knows about this guy. There's this guy that in a Toyota Camry that wrapped his car to look exactly like a taxi. Exactly like a taxi. Even has the fake taxi light and everything. Guy's been doing this since as far as I can remember, since I've been doing this like 2.5 years ago, and he's still driving. I saw him the other night trying to get rides from drunk people. He was going from drunk person to drunk person, asking them if they needed a ride. And I'm like, this motherfucker. I just want to get out this car and punch the shit out of him.
But in a free society, it's a free market. If he don't get caught, no harm, no foul, right? That's how some people look at it. There's no listen, Brandon, there's no difference of your guy getting in and out of the fake taxi than it is one of us standing on the side of the road trying to.
I'm honestly just surprised that like an actual taxi cab driver hasn't rammed that guy and destroyed his car. Because if I saw him and I was an actually taxi cab driver, I would have confronted him by now. Because those taxi cab drivers, you mess with them in any way, they get pissed off. Like even if I'm picking someone up and I cut ahead of them, they start honking their horn, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude. And sometimes it's like, get out and do something. Otherwise, shut up.
Okay. Well, like I say, it's good to have you back. You know, you acknowledge the fact that I've been sending you the emails every week.
Yes.
So it wasn't me, it was you, and I'm gonna blame you, and that's just the way it is. God damn it.
Sure.
But like I said, that brings me into the first topic of the night, man. February 14th. Everybody's talking about it again. We got another protest that's being I don't know. I don't even know who started this protest, who the head of the snake on this protest is, because you got a lot of different channels talking about it. I'm going to say this, look right into the camera. I do not support, nor am I adverse to. I do not support a protest, nor am I adverse to a protest. I am completely neutral in the situation. My personal opinion is you have no leverage. And when you have no leverage, you can't negotiate. That's just my personal opinion. So I want to go around the room and get everybody else's opinion on this, because I think, I think it should be discussed in a reasonable manner. So whoever wants to step up first, go for it.
The only way that it will work is if drivers get comps. Get every driver who participates and somehow proves by some regional leader or some regional group that they're in a specific area protesting, that they'll get like a static $30 an hour. That's the only way that it's gonna work.
Okay. So in other words, like a strike fund.
Yes.
Right. Well, we know that ain't gonna happen.
You might get some people that'll do it, but at the end of the day, money gets high enough, people are just like, fuck it, man, I need to eat.
Yep.
And it will never get to full blown capacity unless some shit like what happens at airports once in a blue moon is that they block the entrance to the rideshare lot.
Well, there was one night, I guess about a month ago. What was that, Omar? About a month ago? You said you were going into the airport. You were the back door into the airport off of Anglers Avenue or whatever, and you thought you saw a protest over there. What was that about?
It was a protest because they were trying to stop us. I shouldn't say they were trying to stop us. I don't even know who us is. There were cars. This is a back road that gets you into the lot, and it was very organized. All the cars were stopped. It's a 4-way intersection, and all the cars normally come northbound on this road to then go eastbound. And so it was a bunch of cars, maybe 5 to 7 cars deep, 2 cars wide, but then they tried to make it, but they were on both sides of the road. So they were also blocking, like, let's say you try to go around them and just try to go, make a right. They actually went 2 cars deep on the other side of the road. So just the one side of Anglers Road, it was probably 4 rows of 4. So what, 16? So 16 to 20 cars stopped on the road, and they were honking their horns. There was nobody outside, but it was very like
in the middle of the night, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like after midnight. It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, what's going on here? And then when I tried to go in, there was enough room in between like the lanes of where all the cars were parked to get through. And right as I got to the end, The cars in the front tried to do this to me, and I kept going. And I looked at them and I said, "It's gonna be me or you." And they, obviously they probably need their cars so to get those min-fare rides. So they let me through, and then I got into the queue. And when I came out later, not that much later, when I came back out, everybody was gone. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, this took a while too. This took like a good 10 minutes or so to get through this, whatever it was. And I thought to myself, it didn't take me that long to realize this is organized. What are all these cars just sitting here on their brake lights doing? You know how you're sitting parked?
Yeah.
Your brake lights were on. They were sitting on their brake lights. I go, something is just, not right about this. So I'm convinced that it was some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of demonstration. I still have yet to find out.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night. What?
Wait a minute. Not just in the middle of the night.
On the main road that takes you on the main back road that takes you into the Fort Lauderdale airport. Because the only other way would be me going all the way around back out to US 1 to then wrap around the entire airport to go that way, basically. So it's that's the more quicker way that most people go. And so I don't know. I'm not aware of these things. I don't have a Twitter. I love Elon. I've said this before. I just don't go on Twitter. It's very self-destructive. So, and I'm barely on Instagram, so I don't know anything about a February 14th event or anything of what was going on that night. Whatever was going on that night, it was very weird. But luckily, I was able to get through it with no issues whatsoever. And
so then, Omar, let me ask you this: what is your feeling? Okay, so you're not aware of it. The goal is they plan. I guess it's just a protest. I don't know where people are going to protest. I don't know who the head of the snake is. I don't know who's, quote unquote, organizing this damn thing. I don't know if it's going to be at airports. It's going to be riding down Main Street. Are they going to go to San Francisco in front of the Uber? I don't know. All I hear is, "Oh, we're going to protest. We're going to strike." You can't strike. You're not an employee. We're going to protest. But where? What are the details?
So I'll say three things. I'll say three things. Number one, I agree with you on the one thing you said. I agree with where you said you have no leverage. I agree. We have no leverage. Number two, I think this is a really whoever's organizing this has done a really poor job because here you have a driver, a very informed driver, who doesn't know jack shit about this event. So, and then number three, I would say my third point is that I would be okay with some sort of demonstration, but we are far, capital FAR, from being organized. I mean, us in this room, all of us have had arguments with each other. So imagine trying to get, I shouldn't say arguments, spirited debates. So imagine trying to get, you get where I'm going with this? Imagine trying to get California and Texas and Florida and the one person in North Carolina and South Dakota and North Dakota to all of us to work together versus the big cities and the small cities to try and the small towns to try and work together.
Omar, there's only one way that's going to work. Money.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
When I was part of the local I retired from, we were 300 and something Class A card carrier members. And whenever we had our union meetings, once a month, they got out there, bro. Like, I mean, fist fights, the whole 9 yards in these meetings. And I agree with you. There's no union hall to go to. There's no one place to go to because nobody knows who's doing what. So go ahead.
So I'll just say one thing too, and that Brandon's right. He's not wrong. He's not right. Some people could do this out of just principle. I'm one of those people. If I believed in whatever we were doing, I could do this out of principle. You don't got to pay me a damn thing. But
Right.
That's not everybody else. Everybody else has bills to pay, and principles don't pay your bills. I understand that.
That's it.
So, and the last thing I'll say is that the whole I'll just catch big surges that day. I kind of think that's a messed up attitude to take as well. So I might not even work that day because it's a Wednesday, and the way things have been going down here, the way things have been going down here, we've had busy Saturdays that were dead. So
Does it count? Does it count as protesting if I only do private?
I would say no because your app would be turned off at that point. So you'd actually
You know,
you'd be
you
de
throw it
facto
private.
participating. You'd be de facto participating.
You know where I'm going to be Wednesday? You know where I'm going to be Wednesday? I'll be right here Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna have a love show contest?
We will have a love show. Everybody bring on their favorite picture of their car. Bring your favorite picture of your car, little heart-shaped chocolate candies with your car, little lipstick, and
you know Oreo allows you to make custom Oreos.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right, okay. Thomas.
What's
Tom,
up, brother?
how you doing, my friend? How's everything?
I'm all right. Got my
All
mic
right,
now.
all right.
Yeehaw.
Ooh, Eddie, where's Eddie at? Eddie ain't
I know
here.
Eddie
but-
done let the bat out the cave.
Yeah, he did. All right. What's your feelings? Because I know you're like me, even though I don't discuss it much outside, of my own personal world. But
Right.
you're like me. You understand labor.
Yes.
You're vested in the labor movement. You understand labor.
Yes.
And you were pretty into the whole labor movement with the auto workers and stuff. So what's your opinion of the scheduled, unorganized, whatever the hell it's going to be on the 14th?
To me, listening, I'm more of like, go away. Just go away.
Okay.
Go sit down somewhere. You're not gonna have any impact. Number one. Number two, even if a lot of people do get off their apps, which they even tried to do a protest when Taylor Swift was up here, and that was written in the paper because this one girl was so frustrated because she couldn't get a ride because everybody called themselves turning off their app. Well, guess who was working when they turned off that app? Me. It's reverse Santa bag season all year round. I could give a damn about these cats because I look at it like this. The quicker I can get the money to pay the bills so I can go on to my next project or my next range of saving to keep something for myself, I could care less. You can sit there all you want. And then with all I live in town and country here in Tampa. And this is like one of the biggest Spanish villages or areas in the city. I'm pretty sure most of their cousins, their little cousin, their little sister, stepbrother is using their accounts. These people work all day long. They's not going to care about a strike. Some people, here in Tampa, Valentine's Day, it could be busy because I've worked the Valentine's Day on a Wednesday.
Right.
Because think about this. This year's leap year. So that means Valentine's Day is going to be on a Friday next year because every day on the calendar moves over 2 days after leap year.
Okay.
So what happens if nothing happens this year? Are you going to strike next year when it's on a Friday? I mean, most drivers, like I did, I waited till that surge got to $25, $30 and I pick up one person and take them 2 miles. I'm running back to the spot to get another one for $30.
Right.
Yeah, because this has no bearings. I mean, I can remember, what was this? Probably going into 2016, where they had it because they were working on an issue with the safety with the riders and the passengers. Well, they were saying, they wanted the riders to be fingerprinted, which to me, that eliminated a whole bunch of competition. And
that's what happened in Austin.
Yeah, that's that year that same year we had a thing and they voted and Uber ended up winning it 4-3. So the city council voted in their favor. So that means they let the floodgates open. Anybody can be a driver, and they took full advantage of that. If they would have made it that you had to be fingerprinted, soon as Uber would have left, it was 2 companies in that same council room that was ready to get their stuff up and running to make money, and they were going to abide by what the city wanted. And I would have cleaned up, because then I knew, oh, if I know you done something and you just ain't saying it, the fingerprints will tell.
Yes, sir.
So I was looking
Sir.
forward to it, because at the time, the job that I had got fingerprinted to get the job. So I was already in the system.
Mhm.
So I couldn't wait. And it didn't
Yeah,
pass.
I believe Brandon and I, and Omar too. I think Omar is actually fingerprinted. Brandon and I are fingerprinted with the feds.
I'll probably be getting fingerprinted again with the job that I got over the summer when it got slow and we were all doing our pivots and stuff, you know.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna worry about this stuff. I use one car for food delivery. I use the other car to transport people. That is it. And when it's slow and nothing is going on, I'm in the house. That's just that.
Gotcha. Well, Steven, I think Steven stepped away for a minute. Tony, are you
Yeah.
with us? You're still on a ride, buddy. All right, so we'll have to wait till these guys come back.
Yeah.
So I want to address something. Ride flow saying here, and
Right.
you know we can respectfully have a discussion. It's sad that some of these guys have been brainwashed to think their voice doesn't matter. I don't think that's what the issue is. Everybody, no, our voice matters. The issue, I feel, is that the voice, instead of having one voice, we've got 6.5 million voices.
Right.
In other words, there's not one message. There's not enough. You don't have the strength. You don't have the numbers. And that's what I mean by leverage. Like, you got to have leverage. So you rattle your drum and beat your chest, and you're the only one there. Meanwhile, 2 minutes later, whoop, somebody else is doing something. Whoop, somebody else is taking a ride. Whoop. And it's not that those who won't support or don't support, that's not the issue. Like I said, for me, I'm not supporting nor am I rejecting whatever it is these people plan to do on the 14th. I don't have an opinion on it because I've been labor. I know what labor is. This ain't it. And so that's just my opinion on it. That's how, guys, that's how
Hey,
I feel.
Vinny,
All right, Tony's back. Tony, what's your opinion on February 14th?
In theory, if I knew exactly what this protest was aiming to accomplish on getting better, whatever treatment from the apps or whatever. If I knew that, then I'd have a better educated decision on if I would support it or not. Because first of all, I'll never protest or stand in solidarity with anybody trying to turn me into an employee.
Good point.
So I don't support it.
Good point.
Now, if it's getting these apps to be transparent and not steal from the drivers, and if they aren't stealing from the drivers, then the transparency will reveal that. So if there's something that I would support, I might actually protest, but I would need to know how this protest would benefit. Like, do I need to go down to my city, state capital over here in Denver and hold these signs up as drivers right there off of Broadway and Colfax and just like get people to honk and raise awareness, or what's the plan, and how is it going to affect the future? So I used to work at UPS. I know all about the Teamsters. I worked as a Teamster and I worked as a supervisor, so I don't think that we currently have, like you say, the leverage. We don't have anybody to actually push the leverage button for us.
Right. Well, like I say,
Remember,
most
the union guys would come in to the hub and they would be like, all right, we're going to start some with all of these grievances and push their
They're working
weight,
in and
and
out,
a lot of people
$22
got
an
off the
hour.
hook.
right.
I don't
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
Go ahead.
think that the protesting, if it's not organized, is going to help too much. It may actually, if people are actually protesting and not just sitting at home with their apps off, because I don't think that's going to do any good. Sitting at home with your apps off would actually took a day off, like just there's a day I take off every week, so am I protesting that day or am I just taking a day off?
Right. Real quick, J777 said I'm skipping his messages. I'm not. I had the message that's on the screen I had up about 5, 6, 7 minutes ago. So I'm not skipping your messages, buddy. You're not that special. And I mean that in a loving way, and not in a negative how it sounded way. I'm trying to get to everybody, buddy. That's all. Okay, Tony. I respect it. Steven.
Yes.
What's your opinion of February 14th and not the lovers' holiday? You'll never find another love like mine.
He's not gonna work anyways. This is first Valentine's.
Oh, Brandon,
with
bro,
his new
let me
wife.
tell you, Steven. No.
I will be.
Steven's been putting in the hours, bro.
Yeah, no, I plan on working that day, and something very similar to what Tony said. I don't get involved in protests, and I don't get involved in class. I don't want to call it class actions, but I don't get involved in protests and things like that. I think, at least on an individual level, I can only control my own actions, and I can only control what I'm willing to put up with and what I'm willing to accept. I'd rather move to a different industry and figure my stuff out on my own than try to power play powerful groups and people with giant amounts of money and politicians and all that stuff. For me personally, I don't pay attention to that side of the board. I pay attention to what I can control in my space, and that's how I intend to deal with this. I'm not for or against it. I'm neutral. I accept the outcome, whatever it may be. Same thing with me working for the school district. I work for the school district and it's unionized. I can't negotiate for myself. I think I'm qualified to make more than I make, on my W-2, but I accept the fact that this job is unionized and the union bargains for me. But also, I don't have to pay into the union. The state decided to require, the union to negotiate for us. So I accept whether or not we get a raise based off of the union, understanding my position. I choose that job. So that's how I intend to act on this.
So Silver Fox brings up a really good point here, and it's been mentioned by several other people. And this is the part everybody's missing.
Yeah.
This is spot on the dead ass part everybody's missing. Because we're not employees.
Right.
Because we're not organized. We don't have whomever that, if you want to call it Jimmy Hoffa, we don't have a Jimmy Hoffa.
Nope.
We don't have none of that. And so if you have no leader, and who says we're supposed to have a leader? But if you have no lead, and listen, all of these people out here that want to be a leader, they ain't a fucking leader. Because you lead by example. Feel me on this. You lead by example. It's not a do as I say, it's a do as I do. And if you still out here turning on these apps, if you still out here shucking and jiving motherfuckers to sign up under your referral code, you're not a leader by example. You're a do as I say, don't do as I do kind of guy or girl, whatever it is.
Right.
So let's be square about that. We don't have a leader. And like Silver Fox says, problem is no power and no direction. I don't even know who is organizing. I don't even know who's organizing it.
Nope.
What are we just supposed to all go hang our dicks out the door and figure out, okay, maybe we'll catch an old lady? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm just asking.
Do it.
Hang my dick out the door, no problem. It'll flow around in the wind. Don't mean I'm a catch
Just
me
make sure not to shut the door.
Oh shit!
Oh God, really? Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that part. I'm sorry, Tony, but I'm just saying. And seriously, and that's why I wanted to get everybody's opinion on this, because I think it's a real thing. If they are really, really going to do something, somebody has to step up that everybody can accept as a leader.
Right.
I don't see that happening.
That's not happening no time soon.
No, because the people I see out there talking about being a leader, they ain't no fucking leader. They're grifting.
I think
They're
that
grifting
something.
and that's it.
I think that something could be done. Maybe not necessarily like protesting the way that this February 14th stuff's supposed to be going down, I guess. But, Seattle and Minnesota, they've gotten some things done, so things can happen. It's just how organized you are about it.
Seattle had a leader, and they were tied in with the union. They were tied in with a union. I watched the interview last night with the Minneapolis guys, and I'm sorry, but that's the same board that voted to defund the police. Nah, I ain't going for nothing.
Well, and that's my thing. If I have to try to vote for some people that I don't align my value system with, I won't do it. I won't compromise my values to try to get the rideshare company to change.
Right.
Get that pool ride.
I hit the X.
Okay, so that's the first part I wanted to get over. Steven.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we go ahead and announce what was it now? Let me get this right. I want to be sure I'm good on what we're talking about here. We had two challenges that we needed to announce for. We had the New Year's Eve challenge and we had the December challenge. Now, I know some people in the Discord, listen, if you didn't have in your totals and we wasn't satisfied with what we thought were the totals, we waited. But you know what? We're not going to wait any longer. Steven, let's go ahead and get let's do the December challenge. Let's announce those winners. So if they're around, they can hear what's going on. If not, Omar can tell them, and then we'll talk about it in the Discord after. So we'll make the announcement again.
So for the December challenge, it looks like the top was Amtrak with $7,687.75. The second, which wasn't fully verified because he didn't put his numbers all together in one message. Just some guy came out with $6,502.04.
But you feel comfortable with him being the second place guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And then after that, we have New Jay at $4,848.62.
No, he had for what? December?
For December. Those are the numbers that he gave me. Unless there's more screenshots. All of his screenshots added out to 4,848.
Ooh, they're not okay. We'll let it slide, but I absolutely crushed him for December challenge. He got crushed, and this is why I was saying everybody needed to get their numbers in correctly because I was over six. We'll talk about it later. It doesn't matter to me, but we'll talk about it later. We the next challenge is we got to be a hell of a lot more And I'm not saying, well, you and I have to be a lot more strict on the rules in the verification process.
Yeah.
There was some chirping in there in the
Yep.
Discord, and yet there's your number 2 and number 3 guy. I went around, I smoked them for December, smoked them. So, but that's okay. We'll keep going. All right, so we got our top 3 winners for December challenge. We're going to let it stand on that, and we'll talk about that later. All right, let's get into the next subject. Okay, Eddie, is that Eddie?
Yes.
I think Eddie was sleeping.
He's eating a cheeseburger. No.
He's got to
not yet.
refuel after
Just-
his OnlyFans.
Just steak.
Ooh.
A lot of work, man.
Yeah, but my market is hot right now.
Yeah.
Really hot.
Listen, I got to show you guys. I got this using Eddie's code on his YouTube page. How to prepare for your OnlyFans performances. Okay, if you get it now, he's going to get a small commission on this. But here it is. It's called the shake weight.
Wow.
Is that his number
Yeah.
on Amazon?
So if you go into his OnlyFans page, you'll see the description for the shake weight for Eddie. So you too can be a OnlyFans performer.
See? I'm telling you. OnlyFans makes money, man. People just order this stuff. Woo!
Oh
So-
God! Okay, nobody got my joke.
For just as 3 easy payments of $29.95, you can have your own shaker.
All right. So the next topic coming up now for tonight is everybody. I'm seeing it everywhere, bro. Everywhere, all over Twitter. Doesn't matter. All the YouTube channels. Everybody's talking about the same. It is a slow down, and we had been warning everybody about
was
this.
right for me. We know I'm Shitani.
Oh my God,
My
I'm
persona
sorry.
is a king cheetah, and I
Well, all righty
Oh,
then.
you watching porn commercials while we're on the Rideshare ride live? What the fuck? Eddie,
God damn it, Eddie.
Eddie, oh my God. Porn commercials during the Rideshare garage. I knew he needed money, but I didn't think he'd stoop that low to sneak in a commercial.
Yo.
Eddie. Well, glad it wasn't anyway, I was going to say, I want to leave it alone. I'm seeing on all the channels, guys, everybody's talking the same shit.
You're on mute, Eddie. So if you got no shame to your game, man, let it out.
Big slowdown out there right now.
Yes,
We
it is.
told y'all it was coming. We tried to
Mhm.
warn you. We're all look at J777. Cheetos and dildos, sponsored by Eddie.
Yo.
Vinny was the one who ordered the anal baby. Vinny was like, "Can you make it this big?" And I was like, "Yep."
Listen. I'm not the one who ordered the 3D printer so I can make.
No. That's where your anal baby came from. From the.
Yep, he's in timeout again. We can't have that right now. While he's eating his chicken fingers over there, he's gonna get us all thrown off YouTube. Guys, is it slow where you're at? What's going on, man?
My area is slow for now, but at the end of the month, we got like 4 events and a 6-day period. So it'll pick up then, but I'm pretty sure after that it'll die down again, and then we got one big major citywide event, Gasparilla, at the end of February. That'll be really, really busy. And then it'll just go back down until St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day will be busy. And then after that, it's just but right now, this January, this is the slowest I've seen it in a while.
That's what I'm trying to drive at. That's what I'm trying to get at. Steven, out by you. Slower?
It's very slow. I mean, just comparing back to when Extra Comfort first came out, it was just ride after ride after ride, extra comfort, extra comfort. Now Lyft hardly pings. I mean, and most of the pings are terrible, but hardly ever pings. I can't get any black rides at all. The whole morning shift is pretty much dead. The maps don't show any surge. I've had people tell me, like, why aren't you posting your heat maps and everything anymore? There's no heat to post. You either got the white clouds of death, the gray clouds of death on Uber, with little pockets of surge in some ridiculous place nobody's going to drive to because it's up in the mountains or something ridiculous like that. Or you have Lyft, which has $1.75 way out somewhere that nobody's ever going to drive to. So but the map is just absolutely bare. There is no surge. So LA has been dead when it comes to surge. And I mean, the ride frequency, you'd be lucky if you get in 30 minutes you get 3 pings. Yep, there's a dead map. Dead map.
Dead.
and that is also connecting and I see cars out here that have today. Actually, I think I've got more rides than I'm used to getting in this slow period. But the rates are all terrible. They're coming in, at least here, most of them are coming in around $25. Today I was getting a bunch of $20, $18, $17 an hour pings. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like I can't justify driving.
Right. Everybody's kind of saying the same thing. It's even Scott. Oh shit, I forgot.
Scott.
Damn it, Scott. I got Scott. God damn it. Scott's even saying it's slow, and he's on private tip. He's got his own company. So I don't know. Everybody's saying the same thing. Omar, God Lord help me on this one. Omar, my brother from another mother. What's your take on how our market is?
Well, first off, Scott, I need to talk to you. I hope you can join us in the after show. Our market is as slow as I've ever seen it at this time of year. We should be able to turn on the app at any time of the day and get a ride on all platforms. And all I see is X.
Yep.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it because it's going to piss off somebody, so I'm not going to say it.
Randall Citadel finishes moving to Brickell.
Say it. Don't worry about it.
Just say it.
So it's been there are these pockets of time when it does get a little busy, and when it does, that's when I kill it. And do close to my normal numbers. Even right now, I'm at 2 rides for $100 for the entire week. Like normally, that's just an hour for me. So
I only made 120 yesterday.
For me, it's all or nothing, kind of like what Brandon was saying. So right now, it's more nothing, and so I'm having to figure some things out. I will say this though, like I said before, when the money's there, you go after it. I was busting my ass in December. I had a okay December, down from last year, but still I recovered pretty well in the last week. I was up there in that December challenge, but I didn't do the challenge because I do a lot of cash. So, a lot of cash, like 30% of my earnings is cash. Like seriously, it's surprising that I'm tracking it. So that's really what's the main thing that's keeping me afloat is just a handful of privates. Because there's no surge at all. Like Steven said, it's weird. These little pockets of surge. It almost looks like like you're looking at some sort of like an X-ray or an MRI. It's like just these little dots, and then the doctor's explaining to you, well, this is the problem right here, and then it's connected to this. Like that's what it looks like. It's just a little area with a little 375. Sometimes they hide the surge. Sometimes you have to zoom in on the map all the way in to see what is the bump. The airport sometimes could have 0 cars in it, no surge. And then now lately I've seen the airport climbing. I've seen 190 cars as of a couple of days ago on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Let me look.
300 easy weekdays.
Let me look.
No, we're talking Saturday though, Steven.
My weekends are worse.
Yeah, but you're LAX. We're talking about FLL, something that's like maybe a quarter the size of what LAX is.
So my Burbank airport is very similar to that then, and still 200 plus cars, or it'll say full.
I'm looking
yeah,
right
I mean-
now. I'm looking right now. UberX is 115, Comfort at 90, Premier at 35, XL at 80.
God
On
damn.
Wednesday night. And y'all think a fucking protest on a Wednesday night is going to make a difference? Are y'all
So I wouldn't go that far, Benny, but I'm just saying, and I have a feeling about that. But maybe I'll get into it later.
Hey, Vinny, I just got a few minutes, so I could throw in my 2 cents on this topic.
All right, Omar, let him get there. We'll come back to you, buddy, because he's in the between working there. Go ahead, Tony.
So last week I made $2,000, you know, but I mix rideshare and food delivery, and I have catering access and stuff, so that helps a lot. But even with that, this week has been extremely slow, and I mean, I'll talk about the plan of action that I've been taking in a little bit. I guess it's one of the topics that been so about that later. But yeah, it's been slow in Denver for me.
Okay. All right. So it's slow across the board. Edward.
Yes.
I know you're busy on OnlyFans and all, and we appreciate you taking time.
Can you stop texting me on OnlyFans and keep it here?
Yes, I promise. I'll do better.
Yeah.
I'll do
Okay.
better. Here.
Thank you.
Let me here. Let me show you. Ready?
So, over in Austin, it's been slow also, but it's been raining here for like 3 days straight. There was a lot of conventions going on downtown in Austin, so right now it's freaking busy as hell. It's not red. My map is not red, but I haven't noticed that my rides are Premier rides, XL rides. But when the people get in my car, they're like, "Oh wow, this is a really nice car." That means it was an X ride with the surge attached to it. So it looks like that's what they're doing. Yeah, both Uber and Lyft is not surging. But when people get in my car, they act as if they order just a regular ride, but they got a luxury car. I've been noticing that lately.
I mean, to be fair, Steve, Eddie, you know, I mean, your XC6 is a bit above average when it comes to normal rideshare cars.
There is almost every car out here is a freaking Tesla and an SUV, and my XC6s are freaking all over the place. Let alone the Escalades. So they're out there. There's a lot out here.
They're common.
Yeah. And it just keeps picking up. Don't get me wrong, it keeps picking up. So for the odds of you ordering an X and getting a really nice car are really high. But almost on all my rides. Yeah. Almost on every ride. Yeah. On almost every ride that I got today, everybody got my car. They were like, "Oh wow, this is really nice." So
Which is another reason why I feel terrible taking these rides, or even entertaining the idea of taking lower paying rides in order to, just because I need to make money. It's like, it's battling that wave of, well, I bought this for these platforms. Okay, ignoring the platforms, the rate doesn't make any sense. And it's like that seems to be where the rub is for me, where the rates don't make sense.
yeah.
Golden Rail has a question here for the group. He says, has the percentage of passengers decreased, or is it all from the companies, Uber and Lyft, that have gotten rid of the tiers that made you money?
Yeah.
I
Brian,
think.
Go ahead,
I think the percentage of riders is down.
100%.
Yeah, I've actually been wondering about this. I think there's a little bit of an exhaustion from the passenger side because we've talked about how drivers quit, and I'm wondering what are the time of years when drivers quit. Do they quit in the beginning of the year? Do they quit in the summertime? Do they quit more than once a year? Because I figure it's at least once a year. There'll always be like a group of people that quit, and then we start getting the emails. Oh, hey, refer a driver, and we'll give you. And it used to be at $1,000. Now it's like what, $60, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always some BS number. And if it is 300, like Steven said, they have to go through like freaking 500 hoops. So forget about it.
Yeah, it's like 50
So-
rides to get $25.
No, not even more than that. Way more than that, dude. Like fucking 300 rides, bro. Seriously, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I've been saying this for a while now that I'm noticing that people go from airport to hotel next to airport to wherever they're going to the next day, and that's it. And even when I pick up from other places, it just sometimes you hear people conversing. Oh, hey, we'll go here. We'll go here. No, let's not do that. Let's just stay. So I'm not seeing the hop that people do down here. Like it's a normal thing that people go all day long from West Palm to Fort Lauderdale to Miami to this and that. Like I don't even think the Bright Line train is hurting us at all, Vinny. Seriously, it's just people are not ordering upper platform, and they're just not really going places.
Well, I got my theory
And
on.
It's,
I got my theory on that.
And
I
of
got
course,
my
and,
theory
and
on
on top of that, to add to that is exactly what Eddie said. You order an X down here, yeah, you could get a Suburban.
Yeah. You're laughing, Brandon. You're laughing. I've been screaming this shit for the last year from the top of my lungs. Nobody's listening. You're not listening, bro. You
Yeah,
and
like-
your brickle sundae with fucking sprinkles on top. I'm telling you, you've got Suburbans taking X rides out.
Yeah.
Vinny,
Also-
I'm
Steve,
willing
wait-
to make a bet. This summer, starting in June, you will notice an uptick in rides in Brickell. I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Because
to add to
All
that,
the
yeah.
people in Chicago that are working for Citadel are going to be in Miami.
Also,
Yeah, well-
to add to that as well is that when we haven't had any events down here. We haven't had a
No,
single thing down here.
You're
this is
about. You know
South
what?
Florida.
Let me
This is
look up
South
those
Florida
numbers.
This is South Florida where everyone wants to have a big sporting event or have a big concert, whatever the thing is. We have all these places that are built for this, and in a couple of years, we're gonna have this mega, soccer stadium with like all this, with hotels and all this bullshit attached to it. We have nothing right now. The entire month of January, we've had nothing, and it's crazy. I can't even remember a time like that. And we don't even have anything in February.
So Moose is making a couple of good points in the chat here. He's saying Lyft getting rid of Lux was a big blow for him. He's got
Huge blow for me. It
The other
destroyed
part
me.
of this, the other part of that was, and this is the big part. I had a good discussion with a guy about this today. Inflation is killing people, man. Think about this. So today I went out. It was rare. I did $115 and change, 116 in 3 hours, 3 minutes today. Been a long time since I've done that. Okay, been a long time since I've got there that quick, right? But it was a comfort ride to the airport, 3 premier rides, and then a bullshit comfort ride after that for like $10.
The slingshot?
I did get a slingshot, a premier ride out of one of the. I got a comfort in, a premier out, which shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with those premier riders because all 3 of them wanted to know about the Tesla. I'm thinking, like I told the guys on the radio, I think it was more about the stocks and not so much Tesla as it was Uber Lyft stocks. I think people were looking at that because they were very curious about the whole thing. It was amazing. I got 3 separate riders, 3 walks of life, all 3 with money wanting to talk about Uber in the Tesla. So there's something to that. The point is, premier rides are still going to go. There's just so many more drivers that will do premier. Suburbans are dropping down to do premier. Escalades are dropping down to do premier. But here's the thing people ain't figuring out, and this is my response to Omar, and then I want to hear from everybody else. Comfort is absolutely killing premier rides, and Lyft Extra Comfort is absolutely killing black rides. These apps have figured out a way to make comfort the primary fucking luxury ride.
Business comfort.
That one too.
I don't even take
Every
those.
time I get a business comfort rider, they're expecting fucking black level service. And I'm like,
Yes,
dude,
but that's
get
the
in your
same
car
thing.
and shut the fuck up.
That's the same thing I was saying about comfort rides compared to X when X is paying the same or more money.
And let me tell you, I'll just say this too. Like, there was one event where we had a concert recently at one of the spots that I'm always at, and I was there trying to finesse cash. People were coming up to me asking me. I gave them the number, and they'd be looking at me like, "Well, I only paid like $3 to get here." So I watched people sit there for 2 hours. I watched people sit there, and people that wanted to go to West End and Parkland. These are places that are very high.
Damn.
These are zip codes with high income average.
Rolando,
And
I've seen people who stay
so
at Waldorf
they
Astoria take Uber X.
so they were looking at me, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, never mind the guys with the Suburbans that were wearing the nice fancy suits. Those guys were doing nothing. I'm always just right underneath them. None of us were doing anything. None of us were doing anything. I went home.
I'm telling you, and so with the pivot for me, and for those of us that are kind of pivoting down a little bit, and Eddie, I know everybody busts your balls about the lowering your standards. I'm not busting your chops about it. You got to.
No,
I had to do it.
sure you're
No,
not.
I've been
No, we
seriously-
do it. We do it because we care, because that's why we.
Okay,
Sure,
I have to do the
sure.
same thing. So
But listen, well,
I can't take
just
that from you.
just to keep this in perspective, Steven, I know you're gonna probably end up moving to Texas or Florida because I reported on this, but this is the San Francisco Business Times. The San Francisco had their cancellations of one of their two major events for starting in 2024, and they're leaving. Let me see. Red Hat, a software company owned by IBM, called off both 2024 and 2025 events at Moscone Center, which brought 40,000 hotel bookings. Let me see. Meta canceled their group summit for 2024 that was anticipated to bring 16,254 hotel stays, and they're all leaving to other states.
That's gonna mostly affect the San Francisco market, but
Yeah, see, Red Hat is scheduled their event at Moscone for 2026, 28, 30, and 32. Oh, that's how you say it, Moscone?
Moscone. Yeah, I did work.
Moscone.
So my point is, and I want to get the group's answer to this: Is comfort the platform killer? And if you do Uber comfort rides, are you seeing more Uber comfort rides than you are anything else? That's
yeah.
But yes,
go around everybody.
Yes, a lot of comfort rides. Let me look at my app for today.
It got to the. I'm glad that they made a separate tile because I believe you guys all saw they took the tile away for comfort for me. They brought it back, and I'm glad they brought it back because I'm getting so many comfort rides that I don't want to take, and I shut it off just so I can see what's coming out on X because it's like XL compared to comfort, where you won't see the XLs because you're getting so many comfort rides. But I do think that it's coming in. It's doing not necessarily on Uber because they're a little bit more strict on the quality for comfort, but definitely on Lyft. Extra comfort.
Lyft, comfort, extra comfort. That's all I get.
That's why I turn it off. That's why I turn it off so I can see. I bring it down. Well, you can't on Lyft, but at least on Uber, I'll shut off comfort just so I can see what the rates and what kind of rides are coming in on X. Especially if they're long distance rides and it makes sense, or time wise, it's going to make sense for me.
So I've been getting a lot of those, especially on Lyft, mostly.
Okay, Brandon, you were in the Tesla.
Yeah.
What types of rides are you doing, bro?
I mean, it depends on the time of the day. Like, I've mainly been focusing on upgraded Lyft Black rides between 6 and 9 a.m. and then like 4 to 6 p.m. And usually between those, I can make, between 1 and 150. Luckily this week I've made a lot more than that. And then, I make up the rest through doing Uber Comfort, either an early morning airport reservation, or I do short rides in the evening, making 40 to 50 an hour to make up my other, $100. So I make anywhere between $200 and $300 a day, only working like 6 hours. But yeah, I mean, those Lyft Black upgraded rides have been it's my saving grace. If I didn't get if I wasn't getting those, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Give me one quick second. I need to do a little housekeeping here, guys. Bear with me. Listen, the unofficial official sponsor of the Rideshare Garage, as well as other things, and I will make this announcement right now. And the official sponsor of the Rideshare Garage Rally that will be taking place the last week of June in Austin, Texas. Rideshare and Gig Apparel, if you guys are interested in their t-shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs, socks, and yes, the Eddie's OnlyFans special dildo, just go to gigwithit.com, scan the QR code, and you guys too can be an OnlyFans just like Eddie. Okay, wanted to get that out of the way. Sorry, Kyle, couldn't help it. Ron from the Rideshare Culture has joined us in the building. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Hello. Is the AC too loud in the microphone?
No, you're fine, buddy. So, Ron,
Right, cool.
I
What's
know
up?
you're still driving. I know you're still driving. Are you seeing a lot more comfort rides out there than normal?
Yes, big time. I've had today. They actually shot I dropped off at the Fort Lauderdale airport, and they slingshotted me a comfort to Fort Lauderdale North for $15. Um,
Oh.
I actually had to cancel it because I had to pick up my cousin. But what I've noticed is I'll get an X, and I'll go to the airport, and then or rematch me with a comfort ride. I've been getting those. I've been getting that. So I'm not sure if you guys have been getting that as well.
Well, I mean, I've been taking comfort rides as long as they meet my whatever my qualify, what I qualify, right? And that's I'm a $30 minimum an hour on comforts. Anything above $30 an hour, I'll take the ride. Especially since it's slower. I'm not going to be out there wasting my time. I'm just not going for under $30 an hour. That's me. So I don't know about everybody else here.
I've been doing the same. So my X and my comfort, $30. If I see it's a 10-minute trip and I'm getting maybe $11 out of it, then okay, I'll go ahead and take it. I got to do at least $29 to $30 an hour. And I've been declining. I mean, I have been declining. And here's another thing I've been doing, guys, and I know this might not, maybe they might rub down people differently. Unfortunately, if I come up to your place and it's a short trip, like downtown Miami, I kind of like the short trips because I want to get the quest done. But if I come to your apartment and you're not down there in 1 minute, I'm out.
Out.
Because time is money.
Gotta go. Yes, sir.
And I noticed when I used to wait for the customer, like the full 7 minutes that you gotta wait to get the cancellation, I'm losing money right there.
Losing money.
If there's any newbies or anybody who's new watching this channel who wants any advice, your time your time is worth it. Please do not, like, especially like in the downtown Brickell area, and I can't find no parking, and you're literally going from Wynwood to downtown, and that's a 6 to 7 minute trip, and you're not done. There's another Uber driver waiting to get your trip. So
I don't care if it's a short ride, a long ride. If you're not coming outside and ready to go, I'm gonna cancel the ride on you.
Oh, I've been doing that lately. I noticed that when I get those X rides, and he's like, "I'll be down in a minute." I'll be like,
"Yep." I'm like, "Okay,
take your time."
Cancel.
Gotta go.
Take your time. Because
they
was like, "I'll be down in a minute," and in other words, they're gonna be down in 10 minutes because they ain't done yet.
I didn't think you were gonna come that fast. That's what she said.
I'll be on the phone with a passenger. Okay, I've been on the phone with a passenger and I canceled.
No, you didn't. Stop it, Omar.
I ain't got no time.
Really?
I ain't got no time for it.
He said he has canceled a ride while he's talking on the phone with the rider. Okay, that's
the only time I give him the benefit of the doubt is when it's somebody that's elderly. That's it.
Yeah. Agreed. Same thing here. If I'm at like a home, an elderly home, then I'm waiting because just for
If
I can't.
it's-
Yeah, I can't dog
Wow.
out somebody that's just they've got their own circumstances they're trying to deal with. But when you're able-bodied and you're literally wasting my time for no good reason, nah.
Sometimes, listen,
If
I don't,
it's-
I don't do this all the time, but sometimes if I know they're gonna smell like cheese, bro, that I cancel. I was like, forget this. No.
How the hell do you
No.
know?
Dang, Eddie.
I'm just I'm just guessing. You know, I'm just
Brand,
guessing.
Eddie.
I just look at them and I'll be like, you know what? No.
You actually
No.
see them and then you cancel?
Oh, they
No,
smell like
I was like, no. You know, you see
Wait,
them and
you
you're like,
actually
God, my
see them
car's gonna
and then
stink.
you
My car.
so wait,
It's
you
just
see them and you observe them smelling like cheese?
yeah. It's a
I mean,
really.
I don't
I
how do I
got
feel
my
about it? I don't
my
know.
odds my odds of being dead on are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, because I was like, no, this guy's good or whatever. Get to my car, it's like, oh, you know, and then you just gotta sit there. You just gotta deal with it.
Bro,
But
I
yeah,
can't.
I'm sorry. You know,
Everybody
sometimes
in
it's
the
really
chat-
bad. Sometimes it's really bad that you can't drive anywhere because it sticks to the seats. You
Eddie,
know,
Eddie, everybody in the chat is like trying to figure out how you can spot someone who smells like cheese a mile away. We inquiring minds want to know. We gotta know.
I mean, I can tell if a person looks like they haven't showered in a while, but if they smell like cheese, it's different.
no, it's just
Brandon, why?
you can just listen. I don't know if that's superpowers or it's just an instinct or something like that. But you just like look at them, and I was like, okay, no. I'll go ahead and I just can't forget
That's
this.
funny.
Somebody in
That is-
Austin, give Eddie a hug, please.
No,
No.
Yeah, where's
no,
Dr.
absolutely
Where's
not.
Dr. C?
Absolutely not. I agree
We're
with
gonna have
Eddie.
to get
Don't
Melvin
touch
to
me.
drive up.
No, listen.
Eddie, you know, we're
When-
all gonna be there. We're all gonna be there on June 27th. We're
Yeah,
coming for you, bro.
yeah.
Big group.
And by the way, if anybody that goes there smells like cheese, I'm gonna tell you, you smell like fucking cheese, and you're not getting in my car.
So
Get the hell outta here.
I might be misinformed or I just don't know what's happening in Austin on June.
I'll have more details, but we are having the first annual Rideshare Garage Rally, June 27th through June 30th. We will all be meeting in Austin, Texas. Anybody who wants to come, I'll be.
Ron, they want to go to Rainbow Street. Would you believe this stuff?
Come on, okay.
They all want to go to
all
Rainbow
right,
Street.
all right.
Yeah.
Why over
I was
there?
like, dude, that's not me.
We're gonna do the rally. We're gonna meet up. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna try to work if we can in Austin. We're gonna really make Eddie cry that he can't get no requests. We're gonna try to get as many Teslas as we can in front of Eddie's driveway. I'll
put my Escalade.
I'll be starting to look at hotels probably tomorrow, so that I can try to find hotels with chargers for everybody who might be coming. It seems as if we might be getting some guys out of LA. Buddha says he's down. Steven's going to try to make it. Myself and Nick, we're going to come up from Miami. We're going to pass Thomas. We're going to see what's going on there. Bro, we're just going to get together, and it's the first annual rally, and it'll be for a good cause. We got.
By the way, you guys are coming to Texas, so we are going to the range.
Brother, you ain't said nothing. Let's go. I'll bring all three of my pew-pews. No problem.
Yep, I got a couple of pew-pews, and I got a 22 for Brandon. This way he don't get scared. He can use it.
Motherfucker, I've shot in rocket launchers.
Yeah,
I've shot in
sure.
100 millimeter cannons. Don't fuck with me, man.
You know, it's a nice little 22. My daughter uses it, so it should be easy to handle.
Crazy.
Or hey, J777's right here. We might be able to find a big Airbnb. I got to start working on the logistics.
I'm gonna be looking.
Already reached out to Kyle with Gig With It. He's creating the logo for the shirt. Like I said, man, we're going to donate to a couple of charities. One will be a veterans organization. The other will be for victims of rideshare violence, drivers, to go to their families. So anyway, that's coming about. Just stay tuned. Mark your calendars if you're interested in hanging with the garage. Anyway, all right. What time is it? 10:21. Part 2 to the slowdown question, guys. How long do we think it's going to last? That's the question. because
think good things are coming to Florida, and I think good things are going to be coming to Austin also.
well, we're coming to
Um,
Austin, so yeah, Austin better be ready for us. We're bringing the noise.
So I think Florida is going to be this year because, like I was saying, with the conventions that canceled in San Fran, some of them are going to Austin. It looks like some of them are going to Austin, Texas. I'm sorry, some of them are going to Florida. Some of them are coming to Austin, Texas, and the other ones are going to another state also. So
Well,
business is going to
here's
pick
the
up.
thing. Like Thomas said earlier with Tampa, right? Thomas mentioned Gasparilla. He mentioned one or two other things, that might last a day or two. Steven and them, all you guys are talking about going out there for Coachella, right? And trying to do something out there. And then what's the next one after Coachella?
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach. I'm surprised I remember that. I was about to say TP. And so you get these couple of days.
Oh,
right?
Rolling Loud apparently is coming up too.
Yeah, we're gonna have, but these are 1 or 2 day events. That doesn't make a season. That makes 1 or 2 days. So the question is, because Omar hit on something very, very serious here, right? And I was listening to another podcast earlier. I was going to go off on them, but I'm going to leave it alone. They're not even worth my press anymore. What you call it? We're not out of season in Southeast Florida. We're in season. I was in the trade show business. We're in season right now. We got the boat show coming up. We just had a whole bunch of medical conventions. Okay. And drivers ain't seeing that work, man. We ain't getting the work. So you got to do like I'm doing, right? You got to pivot down. But how long do you guys think this is going to last? You think this is the new norm? Anybody?
I'll say down here in Southeast Florida, we're supposed to be in season. I don't feel it. Like last week, I felt it. I was doing $35 an hour average, but this week and just how it just dipped, and then I'm getting messages on the Florida group on Facebook all over Florida. I believe is the new norm until inflation until the perception of prices go down. And I don't know if you guys received that message from Uber about the commercial insurance and all that kind of jazz. I received it. But to answer that, yeah, I think it's going to be, this is the beginning.
What message about commercial insurance?
So Uber sent
communicate
a message
on the
this week.
Discord.
Say again.
On the Uber app. In your inbox. I don't know, maybe you got it or not.
Everybody
Well,
got
they're gonna require us to get commercial insurance.
No, it says commercial insurance costs. It's just giving.
Oh, okay.
It's just giving like data about because I mean I don't know if you guys have watched Adara DK on that podcast. It was a podcast of startups. I did a little short with what he said about drivers, making up the company. But part of that interview he had on that podcast talked about commercial insurance, and he literally said if commercial insurance goes down, then drivers will be paid more. Like he tied that in together, and
but
those were his words.
Yeah, but I got to check that because Uber is now self-insuring.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Those are his words. I'm gonna be honest. I don't believe that, even though I'm not an expertise in it. It just don't sound.
And you're gonna tell me with inflation, everything else is going up, but the value of rides isn't going up, where we would be getting paid more.
And that's
it's like it sounds like a bunch of baloney.
It is.
Listen, SB Rides 805 is right. Yeah, I mean, shoot, DK went over there to Davos. He's trying to get money. I was watching the CNBC coverage a little bit while I was at work, and he's over here talking about we want to get EVs, but yet Hertz, Avis, Enterprise, they're trying to sell them EVs off. And like I told you guys 2 weeks ago that there's a driver who put on a Facebook group that they took the car from him because they were selling the car. He had a 2022 model.
I hope they get less and less EVs to drive on their platform.
Just giving DriveWhip more business, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
no, listen, DriveWhip right now is a sore subject. I've got a lot of people that have reached out to DriveWhip, trying to get rides, trying to get cars, and apparently DriveWhip is not getting back to them. So I don't know. I don't. They're not sponsoring. First of all, y'all, Drive Whip does not sponsor me in any way, shape, or form. I pay full nut on my car. Okay, I pay full fucking nut. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can look into that. I don't know.
Is it because, well, I mean, Drive Whip, I mean, they gotta get the car first, right? They gotta
Yeah,
hook up
I mean,
to
there's
all
a
the
process to
trackers,
that. Yeah,
right?
I don't think people realize how many cars they've rented out. And it's not just Teslas, bro. They got minivans. They
I
got
saw
Toyota.
Highlander on there.
They got all of them.
Mhm.
I don't know if they got Suburbans and shit, but anyway.
But yeah,
All right,
that's my
so,
my answer. Yeah.
all right. So here's the last one. Here's the last question, and I'm just gonna really let y'all go at it. Not that it matters much; it shouldn't matter much, but this ties into the first question that we had about the protests. Have y'all noticed all these channels fighting each other lately? Have you noticed how many YouTube channels around the rideshare, gig apps, and all of that shit? A year ago, there was one or two rogue channels that would kind of crack on people. But lately, bro, it's like every channel's bashing on every other channel. What's up with that? And is it worth even paying attention to? I'll let y'all go.
I'm gonna go in real quick. Content creation, right, has
It's
to
not
have,
worth paying attention to.
content creation. You got to have some spaz in it. You got to have some riz. I remember in the beginning of the Uber rideshare content days, Uber man, you had Professor, you have all these other guys. There were people in circles that were just disagreeing and calling people out. I mean, you even had Gigolo. I don't know where Gigolo is at. I used to watch his channel a lot, American Gigolo. If y'all guys remember who he was.
Geo,
And
Geo.
yeah, Geo. And I mean, he was calling out people and causing. I mean, people were not agreeing to what he was saying, and it died down. It died down. We had a plateau of people not really going at it. But now I think things are getting a little bit boring. I believe that's just what it is. People are bored, so now they need to try to find some type of other content. Because what else is there to talk about Uber and Lyft? I mean, you could do a vlog. You could do a nice vlog that Vinny does, or Mario down here in Miami and Eddie. I could do that type of style. But who's really watching that content? But when you start fighting with each other, people are like, "Yeah, I'm Team Vinny," or "I'm Team this, that, and the third." Resume is on point. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do. No one's not being innovative anymore. So, but yeah, we shouldn't pay attention to it.
Right. That's the whole point. I mean, I try to stay out of it because I get aggravated. I do. I get aggravated like a motherfucker. Right. But nobody's came at me. And so that's cool. I'm glad because I don't want nobody to smoke. I don't. But I'm just saying, I just see all these guys jumping on each other all of a sudden. And it just don't make sense. And I saw a show today. You know what? I'll save that for the Discord.
Because everybody's getting affected. Everybody.
What's the point of all this? What, and I'm seriously, why do we all do gig work? It's a no-brainer question. Why do we all do gig work?
Making money.
That's what it's about.
Okay, so then, whatever drama you guys are talking about. Again, I'm so unaware of anything that you guys are talking about. I really am, and you know why that is? Because it's not important.
No.
Like I'm here right now, so this is important. Talking about these things and the community, right? If it wasn't important, I'd go back to where I was. Well, I'm not going to say where I was, but just go back to what I was doing.
Yeah, hermit, goddamn hermit.
Were you a Brazzers director or something?
Oh shit!
Well, like I say, man, I just wanted to get it out there in the group because I tend to, because I have the Tesla now, right? When I'm in between rides and I got a minute, I'm sitting there and if I'm not trying to make a video, I'm sitting there and I'm watching YouTube. And you know how YouTube will just start feeding you everything, man. It just start feeding you all kinds of shit. And I'm like, God, Jesus. Now, the other side to that coin is, and I would hope everybody would do this, there's a lot more content or a lot more gig workers out there doing YouTube videos. I'm really happy to see that. There's a lot. X shared Chicago. There's a guy in Chicago, Brandon. Ride X Share, something like that. I'll send you the link to his channel. I've seen some more guys in California. I think it's great when we see all these rideshare channels start to build up, because that means they're getting out there. I think it's an awesome thing.
Well, that's the formula. That formula. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My apologies.
No, I was just gonna say. So if you're happy to see that, Vinny, and not just Vinny, everybody, then support that.
Of course.
I don't get the mentality of this is something negative, whatever it is. And so that's the thing. People all the time I hear say, wow, I don't want to see all this negativity. Don't fucking support it. Support the thing that's positive. Go support the thing that levitates above this.
You mean like send Nick Williams the link and he slept through the entire show today?
Who? Huh?
Nick, you mean how I sent Nick the link and he slept through the entire show?
Hey,
I bet Nick was working yesterday. I bet he was doing 13 hours.
He's putting in some hours. I mean,
he is.
Yeah, I bet he's doing it.
I've talked about the unsustainability of this before, so
I'm just busting his chops. Nick's been putting in that work, man. Nick had a 2K week last week. He went to Ronnie Spee and he went the way of Ronnie Spee last week and knocked out 2K in the Model 3. You can't argue with results if we're all saying it's slow, but yet we still got people out here making anywhere from, 13, 1,400, 2,000 a week.
Nah. I'm gonna hate on Nick real quick since Nick didn't come up. I'm gonna hate on Nick. Nah, it's that beard. He getting them tips because of that beard. You got a beard like that, bro. You got a beard like that, and especially get the ladies in the car, they tipping you.
You can argue the sustainability of it and what Brandon said at the beginning of the show, to where Brandon says, "What do I have to show?"
I'm not talking about sustainability. I'm talking about.
I'll agree with the beard stuff because I get tips for the beard.
See, Tony, look at this. Tony's coming in with the beard.
Tony knows.
The most bearded driver. Well, listen, I ain't mine grow no more than what it is, damn it. And there was a guy on Twitter today that he was complaining that he wasn't getting any tips, and I was like, well, I'm getting tips, Everybody's bringing up Mario, man. You know what? Hold on real quick. Let me see something.
Listen, Mario. Hey, if I had a chance to meet Mario. I mean, that particular rideshare. I don't think his channel is a rideshare content, to be honest. I think it's a storytelling channel that has rideshare in it, and it just grabs you. And the fact that he has like 30, 40 minutes of vlogging. I mean, I remember he had hours of it. And for me, just for me, when I'm at work, I'll just be watching the guy's video and the entertainment and the story that he did. So
I don't think it's show it there, but I just
have no idea who Mario is.
Mario, bro, he's a good dude. I like Mario. He's funny.
My bad. That's my point. I don't even know. So.
Hey, I want to ask you guys a question real quick, just real fast.
Yeah, go ahead. So, wide open now. The rest of the night, wide open.
What is with the dollar tip? Like I've been seeing this for the past month, 30 days. I've been tracking that I've been getting $1 tips. So my cousin takes Uber. I took Uber the other day, and I didn't see a dollar option. You would have to go to enter manually and do 100. But I've been seeing a lot of dollar tips. Do you guys believe that's maybe Uber? I know there was a talk about Uber going in and taking money and moving money within the ride to make it seem as if, that the ride dollar amount would calculate and then you would just have $1 after that as a tip. I've been seeing that lately. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that for your 30 days. None at all. Nobody hasn't seen like $1 tip.
I have not been getting any tips, bro.
Yeah, I got $3, like
$1.50 promo. That's it.
Dollar. You receive $1 tip. You receive $1 tip. You receive $1 tip. I got you receive another dollar tip. Dollar tip. So I've been getting dollar tips
So
throughout my 30 days.
maybe they tipped a lot more, and they just gave you $1, and Uber or Lyft kept the rest,
I hope
and
not.
they just rounded it off to the dollar to be like, "Ooh, you got $1."
So I just wanted to bring that up to you guys, see if you guys have been having it. But if it's only me, then that's a small percentage.
Yeah,
I
I
got the
do have
screenshot
noticed.
of it.
I've actually seen some drivers that say it's like, "Oh, I know Uber takes your tips and stuff," but I just want to say, look, I tipped you 20. I tipped you 20. Look, I tipped you 20, and then when I look in my app, Uber only gives me 5, and they keep the rest.
Hmm.
See,
Yeah, I have a
I'm not.
few
I'm
on
not
my
saying-
But I
screen that
can't,
say dollar.
what am I gonna do? I mean, they're gonna take the money and they get caught, but they don't give it back. They don't give it back. Shit, look at what we did.
I mean,
Uber reached the S&P 500, and then what? So they get up there.
here on this
They
side,
get up there at our cost. So
I
Well,
mean, you gotta look at it in my city. You don't even see like the surge amount. You just get the symbol in a red map. You don't get none of that.
And you know, I
Yeah,
think
no.
I think they're doing that as like an anti-horror, anti-maestro thing that they're trying hard to cancel out those apps to help us.
well,
Side note: I just read about 5 hours ago, U.S. launches airstrikes in Somalia for the first time this year. Just putting it out there. That makes 4. Anyway, keep it moving on this. With
Hey.
tips, listen, I haven't been getting $1 tips. I've been getting decent tips. So I mean, and I do a lot of comfort rides. The majority of my rides right now are comfort rides. But I can it's my profitability in the Tesla is good for the comfort rides. But I'm getting tipped out. And it might be because of the Tesla. I don't know. I don't think
like
it's
cash
my
tips.
personality.
Cash tips are so much better.
Hey, Benny, did you want me to talk a little bit about the diamond
Oh
thing?
yeah, so yeah. Before we get out of here, I want to give Tony the floor. If you guys do, Tony discovered something, bro. So if everybody here is 1099. If you are filing your taxes under a Schedule C, you really want to pay attention to what Tony's going to tell you right now. Did you get the video done too? Can I go find it and link it or not yet?
No, because like I said before the stream started, my router I got set up and everything is just the dark came before I could do the video.
Okay, well, no, go ahead. Floor is yours. I think everybody should listen to this, especially if you've already done your taxes for the last couple of years. Go ahead, Tony. It's all you.
Yeah, there's a new. It's not new, but it's been discovered that we had, as self-employed people, whether we're gig workers or other 1099 Schedule Cs, there was $32,000 potentially set aside for you as a self-employed person for 2020 and 2021. So the way that I found out about it is through Gig Worker Solutions. I don't have any affiliate links or any of that, so it's not a big deal. But I saw that through Gridwise, and you can do a calculation estimate based off of your self-employment tax form line 6. You just fill that information out, fill out how many days you were affected by COVID, and then it spits out a number of what you qualify for based, I believe, on how much money you earned for those periods. And so for Lisa and I, we look like we qualify for about $15,000 or so. A little bit less than that, but just rounded off $15,000. It's tax money that has
Is that a
already
15,000
been
deduction or a 15,000
no,
return?
it's kind of like stimulus check was, you just get it.
Yeah.
It's it will be an amendment. So if you are a CPA and you can do your own taxes and your own amendments and stuff, then you could probably get the whole money. Me, I need a CPA to do it. You know, whatever they charge. The gig worker solutions is charging 20%. So I'll pay 20% to get 11.7 or something like that. Fine for
Yeah.
me. And it's already money that's been set aside. Like it's there, it's spent. And if you don't take it, the government gets your money. So just think of
Shit.
it that way. It's already spent. The taxpayers or whatever, however they got that funds has already been allotted. And it's not like
How the hell do I give this to my CPA?
yeah. So gig worker solutions. Basically, you got to have your tax refund or your tax forms from 2020 and 2021 or 2019 if you made more in 2019 than 2020.
All right, so there you go. I got the website pinned in the comments. It's gigworkersolutions.com. Tony's going to get a video made on this. As soon as he does, I will link it in our community page and in the Discord. And then obviously you guys should be signed up to the Driven Dad on his YouTube channel. Everybody's YouTube channel here should be signed up. Hey, bro, you telling me I'm gonna give free money? I'm looking into it. Like I ain't even
Right.
And then J777, it's not just COVID, but like anything related. Like, did you have to take time off because of COVID? Even if you didn't have COVID, to take care for people, you know, it's all honor system on it. So take it for its worth.
There you go. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm going to ask everybody right now, if you're tuned in on the channels, hey, whatever channel you're watching, whether it's Steven, Eddie, myself, I don't know who else is all tagged in on the channel. But go ahead and give those things a like. Give it a thumbs up. We would appreciate that. We would definitely appreciate that. We are pushing up with about 15 minutes left to go. Dr. C is in the house. Another guy making we haven't seen him in a while.
Right.
Real quick, hey, Mario made an appearance. Mario has entered the building. So we're gonna get Mario on camera here soon. One day we're gonna get him on this damn camera. But in case y'all didn't see, Eddie,
Yeah.
Mario did $101,000 last year in rideshare.
Ooh. You know, I did 81. I did 81, but that's just rideshare. That's not counting what I did on the side.
Just rideshare. Mario broke $100,000. So I don't want to hear you can't make no goddamn money. Because Mario, again, sorry, I can't read all the chat. I'm on the road driving. We get it. You gotta pay that tax bill for the $100,000 you made last year. Elizabeth Warren, she says you owe us $150,000 tax on your $100,000 salary. Ain't that right, Omar? Taxation is theft.
I wonder what market he's in, but that's a different discussion.
Miami. Mario's here in Miami. Silver Fox, 101K too. All right, shit, man. Yeah, I know Mario's in Miami. He's always in Miami.
Yeah, it's not that hard making over 100K ride sharing. It's just as easy as you just gotta work.
Yep.
How many hours? A lot.
Exactly.
I don't know what to say.
All right. Now, another thing I'm going to be doing here too is let's see, what weekend do I want to go to Tampa? I got to go to Tampa. I'm going to be up your way, Thomas, the weekend of the 24th of next month. I think next month I'm going to Tampa. Yeah. 23rd, 24th, 25th, I'm going to be up by Tampa.
Okay.
So
you're taking a Tessie?
Yeah. Bro, let me tell you something. I know y'all don't like it. Some of y'all been beating my ass about this goddamn Tesla, but I'm gonna tell you what. I like that car. It's fun to drive. It's easy to drive. I've saved over $300 in fuel already this month, and I'm making the same money. And I've saved over $300 this month on fuel. Like y'all, listen. That's like found money. Look at Eddie. Eddie's like, what?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry for Buddha. I rented Tesla, and I still save $300 a month. Look at these guys.
Nice.
Look at this. Omar and Buddha always. Boy,
Remind him.
where do we get in the after dark tonight, boy? So anyway, Silver Fox says he drove one today. I saw that. So the Tesla channel, the Tesla Rideshare Garage, will be coming soon. We got a panel together. We're putting it together, so we'll be able to bring you that content too. It'll be a different night, completely different night. Nicholas says once you buy it, once you try it, you want to buy it. I got to get over there by Omar. No, fuck that. Omar's got to get over by me, and I'll let him get in the driver's seat. I'll even bring a phone book so he can see above the steering wheel.
Dang.
Vinny is like
man,
1
the
inch
punches.
taller than me and like a foot rounder than me, and he's talking shit.
Damn.
An inch, bro. I'm 5'10". You're like 5'2". What the hell? What the fuck are you talking about? You barely
foot rounder.
Yeah. Well, listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I gained 3 more pounds. I'm like exercising all of a sudden all week long, getting it in, not eating, and now I'm up at 235. I swear it's these pills, bro. I know it's these goddamn pills. I know it. It's like a steroid. Ron, I'm 235 pounds right now, bro.
Yeah,
I guess we're both paying out Joe for the challenge.
When I came out of the hospital, I was 210.
Yeah, man, I gained that $20. Yeah.
Anyway,
Vinny, of pure muscle,
Man.
Vinny's all jacked up.
Well, look,
Hey, what kind of rideshare channel is this, man? What kind of rideshare?
Hey, I still got guns. Don't get it twisted, bro. The guns are there. Don't get it twisted now. I just think I could hit you twice. I can give you one shot and knock you the fuck out. And that's it. Now I got that extra weight. Oh, good. So what else you guys want to talk about tonight? What else is on you guys' mind? Anybody got anything?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to be negative and offend Omar there and have him have a hissy fit and stuff, But I mean, I have a funny feeling. 2024, 2025 is gonna start picking up, because of how Tesla. How Austin is growing, and this whole convention center over in San Francisco that have closed down. It's just 2024 is when they start. When they automatically, like, San Francisco is not going to get anything. Like, San Francisco is going to be dead after. When I did the report, it was actually hundreds of thousands of hotel bookings. One of them brought like over 300,000 bookings for the hotels in San Francisco, and now
That's phenomenal.
They're gone. I didn't believe it till I was reading it, but the hotels, they lost like hundreds of thousands of bookings.
What?
Oh my gosh. Hey, for y'all that know, hey, don't be doing your face like that, Steven.
Shit. You guys are crazy. You guys, hey. Oh man. I'll tell you.
This page is weird.
Hey, I guess you'll have to join my OnlyFans to find out if I'm flopping or not.
You can talk. I can have a separate account for Vinny. You can talk directly to Vinny. If you guys want.
You guys are sick. Anyway, Brandon.
Pulled the microphone down so fast.
Yeah, he did. That's because he's muted. I had to unmute him. He muted himself.
What's up?
Brandon, you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. What's up?
Where's the pizza at, man? Where's the pizza?
I had
And the
I had the pizza
Escalade.
before the show.
Oh,
He didn't save none for us.
He's cheating on us with his pizza.
pizza and Escalade. Hey, Brandon, can I ask you a question? I want to ask Brandon a question because he's the luxury guy.
Shit, me. Well, you
He's
know
in
what?
Chicago
You know what?
and he drives
You
luxury
know
black.
what? Hey, Ron, you know what? You're right about that. Brandon, Eddie, and I are the luxury guys. We got the Cadillacs. You're right. Go for it.
Damn, Omar just got left out. Jeez.
So out of
Um,
everyone here, who's the only one that's actually officially licensed by their prospective city?
That matters.
That would be you, sir.
That'll be you. Okay, and Steven.
With a
Steven's
bulletproof
licensed
vest.
as well. Goodness sakes. But I want to ask Brandon, what do you think Genesis GB80?
Remember, I drove black before you.
The same thing I think about a Kia EV9.
Dang, for real? Which is crazy. The EV9 is premiere apparently on Uber. That's crazy.
Who's on the line?
You know what also goes for
It's
Premier?
it's
A
Brandon.
Model 3. Premier is a
That
Premier
is
a
true. Yeah,
joke.
Just my 3 premiere. Yeah.
Oh wow, Kia
I look at it like
EV9. I've
this.
been seeing a lot of these over
Hey,
here in
Omar.
Austin.
I think that proves my point. How slow the rides are actually coming in. You only heard
Right.
it King right now.
Well, I mean, I've been hearing someone's app turning on and off, on and off. I don't know.
Where's the Lyft app?
That
that's
was
on?
that was all
Brandon. It's
Brandon
Brandon. It
earlier.
was Brandon.
That was
Oh,
my
Brandon's.
first.
Even if it was not Brandon, it was still Brandon.
Well, the Mazda CX-90 is also premiere. I met a guy who has a Mazda CX-90.
That's a
He's doing premiere.
I didn't know that this Kia EV9 was actually fully electric.
Bear Claws is like
Damn,
sounds like
54,000.
comfort. Sometimes
He is right. He is freaking right, man. I've been getting premiere shorties at the Brightline station.
Actually, I think it's the opposite. I think comfort is the new premiere.
Ooh,
It might
that
be.
is- That,
Yep.
that,
I really
yeah.
do. I really believe that the comfort is the new premiere. They're going to follow. Listen, Uber's going to follow Lyft right down that rabbit hole.
Well, you know, they added the Chrysler 300 as a premiere vehicle, so that already tells me, yeah, it's just diluting the
That
premiere.
means they don't have it. You know what? When they start adding those type of no disrespect to those type of vehicles, but a Chrysler 300 is not a luxury vehicle. But when they start adding those type of vehicles to the list, that means they're running out of people to bring in the bigger vehicles. If you got enough of a certain type of vehicle, you're not going to add more vehicles in there. You understand what I'm saying? I know everybody still wants to keep going with the oversaturated markets, and and our good friends over there in Cali, they like to say, well, XL and above platforms are irrelevant because you're only 10% of the total rideshare or whatever.
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about our brother from over there. Who I'm going to remain nameless. We'll talk about that in the after show. But yeah, dude, if they got to start adding rides, adding cars, they made Sentra with spinners, a Nissan Sentra, an extra comfort ride, and then called that a goddamn.
Wait, did you say spinners?
Well, yeah, because Melvin made sure they put spinners on there.
Spinning rims?
Yeah,
Yo, if somebody ever picked me up in a car with spinning rims, I'm gonna be excited. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, I always wanted spinning rims in my car. Yeah, because I've always wanted spinning rims in my car when I was a kid. It looked cool to me.
Listen. Extra comfort is trash. Yes, Musa. But Melvin made sure he called David Risher and said, listen, if you get Nissan Sentra with spinners, it has to be an extra comfort ride. And so now go look up extra comfort. You'll see Nissan Sentra. There it is. There's Melvin spinner wheel.
Next to the Toyota Corolla.
Listen, I will put, hey, you know what? I might want to be the first guy with Tesla with spinning rims. If I get my own Tesla, I'll put spinning rims in my Tesla. And pull up.
You got your
banging 80s R&B.
Hey, careful now. You're a little too young for that. You don't know nothing about it.
Okay, hey! You know, I've been playing '80s R&B, and you know, people been liking it at the airport. Low on the Spotify.
By the way, for those who didn't know, I've been trying to get the word out for Melvin. He went ahead and he finally got his Cadillac XT6 back from the dealer. He went ahead and got out of it. He's done with it. He's rolling in the Tesla now, and he ain't looking back. Bro, that's what life is all about, man. Making choices and not looking back. And the sooner people understand that concept, the better they're going to live their life. You make a decision, you don't look back. No regrets.
Right.
Moving.
That's right. No freaking regrets. No freaking regrets after your damn decisions. Okay?
I don't miss that
Eddie, is that something you got to tell us? You got to, Eddie, that's something you got to tell us. Eddie's like, this is so BS. You know you BS.
I started the rideshare Tesla revolution.
Eddie,
hold on.
Excuse me for your one little.
Hold on. I got to do this the right way. Go ahead, Eddie. The floor is all yours. Say it.
Yeah. For the I started. I was freaking the one that started the whole rideshare Tesla revolution. The car is too expensive. When it breaks down, freaking people complain. Then all of a sudden, freaking I'm out there making over 100K, which I came up with the damn ebook, you know, and then everybody starts freaking getting one. And even Uber got into the damn business of buying freaking 50,000 Teslas and renting them out to people. I was just saying, but now I got the XT6, you know. Hey,
whoa!
It's crazy that Eddie's in a Cadillac and not Vinny's in a Tesla.
No. Whoa! I still got my Cadillac. What are you talking
in a Cadillac doing
yeah,
X-ray.
he still got the Cadillac in the garage.
Yeah, when is he driving it?
Because he's driving the Tesla now.
I mean, listen, I'm doing it for the good of the group. I'm doing it for the good of the community.
That's right. Just
I'm doing it for the good of the community.
That's
because
right.
Tune in next week, and I'm gonna give you my theories on that.
So, but in time, I'll get back into a Tesla.
Musa, somebody go in the chat and slap the shit out of Musa. It was not Brandon. Stop it, Musa. Stop it. It was not Brandon. It was Eddie. Eddie is the king, okay, of Tesla rideshare.
Yeah, Jay. Listen, a psychic told me that I might get into a car wreck.
Why would they say that?
I don't know. I don't know. I was like, oh man, then I will lose my car. You know, I have to get another one.
Yeah.
You know, the insurance is gonna have to freaking take care of everything. You know, God, that'd be so sad, man, if I get into a wreck with the car.
You know, I'm right there with you, Eddie. I'm right there with you.
You know,
I had someone tell me the same exact thing, man. You know, it's got me thinking, man. Should I drive more?
That's what I think. I should drive more.
I was hoping. What is it with music?
Omar, have you
trying to copyright
strike
Ontario
yet?
I don't know.
So, yeah, the whole entire thing, you know, I don't know. I was hoping it would snow and the roads will freeze up. This way, you know, I can test out the 4-wheel drive going downhill, see if it actually works. But no ice and no snow this year. It's actually like it's raining like crazy and it's 53 degrees or so. Damn it.
I was trying to find some violin music for Eddie, but I
yeah. All right, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't even get a commission for everybody that actually got a Tesla too.
You get to be our friends. We allow you in the garage.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're coming to your place on June 27th, bro. What are you talking about? We're coming to Austin, Texas, bro.
That's right. And then everybody's just gonna come with their Teslas, right? Everybody's gonna come with their Teslas right to Austin, right? And I'm gonna be the only XT6 there.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to sit there while they're all charging.
And just be like, hey,
we all charging the car.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to get in your car to get a ride.
They'd be like, why does everybody had a Tesla? I was like, because I encourage everybody to buy a Tesla. I was like, well, why are you driving an XT6? You know,
Support truck. You're the support truck.
Support the cause. I'm supporting the cause.
Somebody got to carry
Damn,
all
Elon, you can give Joe Rogan a freaking car. Give one to me. I actually put it to you.
Hey, Melvin says before we go to Eddie's, take a shower. Eddie don't like cheese smell.
Yeah, no. Hey, if you
Hey, I don't blame him. There's
It's
some of
gonna
these
be a
people.
good
Some of these people stink.
if
Some of
you
you
stink,
stink.
you
Bro.
stink, man.
Eddie said he can look at somebody and tell they smell like cheese.
Yeah.
I believe it.
If you got 6 titties, yeah, that's cheese, bro. That's cheese.
All under the
I got nothing against people that don't take care of themselves, but I mean, but you can smell that
It's
crap
not
a
cheddar,
mile
not
away.
Gouda, it's just cheese.
Yeah.
Government cheese.
Just remember, we're
When
coming.
it gets to the point where you got an ass of like the cone heads, where
Yeah,
like
it goes like
you can't
this.
tell, when you can't tell like where the crack is.
I think
Just,
that's for the after show.
Bro, that's too much. That's too goddamn, man. You're making me sick. God damn, Eddie, you're making me sick now. Jesus Christ, Eddie.
Listen, I had a freaking incident one time where like they were trying to get into my car and there's 6 of them, and I'm saying to myself, you ain't gonna fit, you know. And I have an SUV.
You want to put it for the after show?
I have an SUV, and I'm saying it's like they're asking me. I was like, are we gonna fit? I was like, I don't know. You know, I was like, I can fit 2 in the back, 3 in the center, and 1 can sit in the front. You know, my car was like my truck. Swear to God, was like this. That was my truck. That was my truck.
Well, the
all right, I took them, but the girl asked me, she's like, are we gonna fit? I was like, I don't know. You know.
On that note, y'all join us. Wait a minute. Steven, we got one last thing. We did the December challenge. What about the New Year's Eve challenge? Let's get that out there, and then we're going to head on over into the Discord. We're going to wrap this up tonight.
I only saw 2 people's number. Actually, not even 2 people's numbers. It looks like New Jay Bounty put up for $797.59. Other people put up their numbers, but they weren't in the challenge.
That's right. If they didn't pay their money, they didn't get in the challenge. That's the way it was.
December, I did 6,507.
You weren't in the challenge, bitch.
I know, but I'm just saying, just trying to compare.
Well, what was your number for December?
6,507.
Oh, you just beat some guy. And
wait, huh? Oh, wait, 6,507. Oh, for the month. Never mind.
Yeah, for the month, not for the week. For the month.
No, because I was thinking she said New Year's. I was like, damn, bitch.
For December.
No.
We ended up $6,041 for December.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. Just some guy was at 6,502, and he was second. And unless New Jay's missing numbers, I'm seeing him at 4,848.
Yeah. No,
right.
This is what I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong. Making money with
Sergio's in the chat.
up there. But the thing is, it's expenses. So.
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. I see Sergio's in there. What's going on, Sergio? How are you? Somebody want to post up the
and I did 689. Yeah.
Somebody want to post up the Discord number or link?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Somebody asking for that. Sergio, what are we complaining about? Oh, you missed the whole show, bro.
You missed it. He just came in now. It's like
he just came in now. 6,500. Yeah, that's nothing. That's
Yes.
Oh wait, we wasn't even complaining. We were just talking about numbers.
Yeah, we were just talking about numbers.
6,500 is low.
Sergio just come in and just ruined the good mood.
Yeah, Sergio, what's that about?
What the hell?
You
gotta be so negative, man.
Are used to making.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that in the Discord in a few minutes. So less. Eddie, real quick, 15 seconds or left, bro. 15 seconds or less. Give me a tip. Come on, give me a tip. Let's go.
Hey, I think good things are coming with this whole the convention centers that are closed down in San Francisco. It's moving all over the place. So just hold on for a little bit longer. I think the market's going to pick up a lot more. So just get ready for it. Hold on, keep working, keep hustling.
All right. Keep hustling. All right. Tony, what you got, buddy? Okay, Tony's on the ride. Brandon, what you got, buddy? 15 seconds or less.
Don't make rideshare your full-time job if your city can't support it. If you're struggling to make $1,000 a week, sorry to tell you, but go fold some clothes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's harsh. It's tough love, but that's fair because your expenses are going to outstrip your profits. So, okay, Thomas, what do you got, buddy?
Maintain your vehicles. Keep them up in tip-top shape. That's the only way you're going to be able to get people to A and B and keep that money train rolling. We cannot afford to not have the money train stop. That's it.
No. Steven, what you got, Steven?
Put money aside into a separate account after every payout. Just like you said, you're going to be using that to maintain your vehicle. Make sure that you're sorry.
Do some day trading. Do the green line over the yellow line.
Just make sure you have money put to the side because you need a rainy day fund. It's gonna rain, and an emergency fund can get you out of a situation so that you can keep working, even though things are slow right now.
Hell yeah! All right, Omar, what you got?
An amendment to a previous tip of the week where I've talked about, trying to find other drivers around you and create your own little network. Create your own little network, but establish boundaries. As people will get to know each other and they'll start to like each other and become friends. And if you can't be honest with your friends and tell them that something that they're doing is not working, that they're taking bad rides or whatever it is, and it's a two-way street. It's constructive criticism. It's a two-way street. If you can't take it either, then maybe you need to rethink what you're doing. So it's good to network with people, but as you network, and we were talking about this with the whole protesting, right? Eventually we all can't get along. We should be able to get along. We're all rideshare drivers, but sometimes we just can't. So you have to be able to be honest with yourself and be honest with your friends, especially if your friends tell you that they have goals. You have to be like what Brandon just said, dude, this is not working for you. You have to be able to say that to your friends. And if they can't take it or you can't take it, then you need to rethink some things.
Go bye-byes.
Okay. All right. Ron, what do you got, buddy?
All righty, team. So this is technology wise. This is what I've learned and what I've observed. Have two phones. And the reason I say that is just to separate your personal from your business. Try not to have a text message come in and the notification and the passenger in the back can actually see a message that says, yep, there we go, two phones. Well, I got three phones. But yeah, I would say have two phones, separate the business, have an email specifically for Uber and Lyft and all your gigs, and of course have your personal email. I had to learn that, to be honest with you. When I first started out, I had everything together, and that messed up a lot of stuff, especially with taxes. So the taxes. So have two phones, separate your things from business to personal. That's my tip of the week.
Steven.
Yep.
Steven, you hit your button on the let go of your button on Zello.
Oh, my bad.
I'm like, what the hell is that noise? All right. I would think your tip of the week is don't let nobody discourage you from chasing whatever it is you're chasing. Whatever it is. The journey you got to take ain't going to be the same journey the next guy's got to take. Piggybacking off what Omar said, you can offer advice to somebody, and this is not a personal thing between him and I because we go at it every day. But it's nothing but love. I got his back. I think he's got my back. Here's the thing. Just because somebody gives you their advice doesn't mean their advice is for your. Hear me out. What works for one guy might not work for the other. What one guy thinks is the right thing doesn't mean it's right for somebody else. So if you're going to be a friend to somebody, show them tough love like Brandon did. Be honest with them like Omar's trying to be, right? But at the same time, don't knock what the guy's trying to do. Because see, you don't know how much support the guy has or doesn't have. And if he's trying to accomplish something, instead of tearing him down, help him stand up. If you got a better way of getting something done and you can show that you're doing it better, by all means do that.
Show it, yeah.
And that's my tip of the week. All right. Anybody else? Final thoughts, and we're out of here.
Yeah, I'm back, but just to reiterate, the tip of the week for me is check on that self-employment tax credit. If you get that money,
100%.
Take it. Don't let Joe Biden get it.
Yeah, I bet
Tony,
she's gonna send it to Ukraine.
Thank you for bringing that in, and make sure everybody goes back in the chat. It is pinned to the top. Tony will get a video out on that. Dude, that's a lot of money. We ain't talking about $100 to $200. That's a lot of money sitting there, guys. Don't hesitate, bro. If it costs you $200 to get $1,000 back, I'll give you $200 to give me $1,000 back. Fuck that. Give me that money all day long. All right. And with that, y'all, we're heading over to the Discord. We will see y'all next Wednesday night at the Rideshare Garage. Appreciate the panel. You guys are the best. See y'all later in the chat. Peace out.
Pow.